You are watching the Big 12 on ESPN. And tonight, from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it is Saturday night at the Big 12 Wrestling Championships. 20 men walk into the arena tonight. 10 of them will leave with a championship. The finals, right now on ESPN. The team totals as we enter the fourth and final session of the weekend show. Oklahoma State way out in front as 8 of their wrestlers prepare to compete in the finals. Any Cowboy win will clinch the title for David Taylor's team. We welcome you down alongside the mat. Mike Leslie alongside the two-time All-American Hardell Moore. Hardell, you've been in this spot. You've won 2 Big 12 championships. What is going through the minds of these kids right now as they prepare to take the mat?
A lot of anxiety, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. You hear the music, you hear the crowd right now. One thing they got to make sure they do is control their emotions. There's some of these guys that never wrestled in an environment like this.
Several of the kids that we're going to see wrestle here in a couple of minutes are freshmen, and that is definitely the case for Oklahoma State. They are loaded with young, talented wrestlers.
Exactly, and we're starting off with D. Lockett right here, which was a wild night yesterday. Started with the concussion protocol. The concussion protocol went into the tornado warning, come back out, longest match in history, over 72 minutes. Ends up getting the takedown, solidifying a major decision for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, moving on to the final tonight versus Nico Ruiz from Arizona State. That's one freshman. Another freshman we're going to talk about is Sergio Vega at 141 pounds. Had a great back and forth with Julian Tagg last night in the semifinals. Found a way to get it done, ends up winning 4-1. Undefeated on the season, has not given up a takedown all year. One of the other young and talented freshmen the Oklahoma State Cowboys have. And last but not least, there's still another one out there. And here we go. His name is Jax Forrest, a.k.a. Jax Mania. And he has been on a tear since he's hit the college scene. Remember, this young man just graduated high school in December. He's been here since January, and he's been lighting that scoreboard up from the word go. He's another talented freshman for the Oklahoma State Cowboys in the finals here tonight.
He is one of the 6 number 1 seeds entering this tournament for Oklahoma State. He is one of the 8 Cowboys that advanced to these finals. A terrific season for David Taylor's team. They won the title a year ago. They're trying to win it again tonight. 2 of the wrestlers looking to silence what should be a heavy Oklahoma State crowd in here tonight, Hardell Moore, are the Larkin twins, the Larkin brothers, Caleb and Kyler Larkin, both of them terrific.
Exactly. You're looking at the youngest brother right here at 133. Like those shoes, he's got some nice ones on tonight, and these guys can scrap. Here's his older brother, Caleb Larkin, was named number 1 at 149, bumped up to 157, did defeat the number 1 guy. He's actually done it twice with Ty Waters. Both of them calm, cool, collective, and can wrestle in all situations. It's going to be a fun one here in the BOK.
It is loud here at the BOK Center, and for good reason, because we are ready to go. We will start tonight at 149 pounds, and it's a surprise matchup. Many expected Casey Swiderski to be here, but Caleb Rachi, the senior from Northern Iowa, pulling a couple upsets. Hardell on his way to the final, topping the number 3 seed David Evans in sudden victory, defeating number 2 seed Jacob Frost 4-3 in the semis last night, and we are ready to stir it up here in Tulsa.
Exactly. Rachi has had a great tournament, 2 big upsets, puts him in this position. This is one of those run-back matches that I was talking about earlier at 149 pounds. Swiderski leads this series right now 1-0, but once again, these matches right now are 0-0. Let's rock.
Underway at 149 pounds, Swiderski and Rachi. Swiderski, the Oklahoma State Cowboy, missed some time this season. Hadn't wrestled since February 1st coming into this weekend, but he has shown this weekend, Hardell, that he is just fine. 3 quality wins on his way here.
Exactly, man, and that's the postseason wins. That's the key. Looking to get that part done, and that's exactly what this young man has done.
Beat Willie McDougald in the opener 2-1. Gabe Willishell 7-2. Maxwell Peterson in a 16-3 major decision for Swiderski. His path to the final. Rachi, meanwhile, 8-2 since the calendar flipped to 2016. His only 2 losses were to Swiderski and to Jacob Frost. He's already avenged one of those losses, a chance to avenge the other right now as we get things underway in the 2026 Big 12 Wrestling Finals. An opportunity for Swiderski, and he capitalizes. The speed from Swiderski, and a 3-0 advantage.
He's been on that attack all weekend, Mike. That cross ankle pick, far ankle pick. He's also got a cross pick as well.
Having some microphone issues, it sounds like, for the officials. Titus Godbolt, Jason Rivera are officials for the first match of the evening.
1001, 1002, 1003.
Swiderski looking for the mat return. Rolling through is Rachi. Good work by Swiderski to stay behind him.
Swiderski's been the aggressor in all 3 of his matches. All of them he's went out and scored the takedown first. And even when he's had that lead, he's been continuing to wrestle. That's one thing Coach Taylor's been preaching to these athletes. Continue to wrestle. Don't sit on that lead.
Rachi able to score the escape. A 3-1 tally here past the midway point of the opening period. Doug Schwab said he thinks that he's wrestling as well as he has, talking about Caleb Rachi. Battled some injuries through the year, but has really looked sharp this weekend.
Yes, he has.
Heavy hands from Rachi to sweep Swiderski out of his way.
Okay,
a little high five from the two of them.
Yep. Well, it's one of those things that wasn't intentional. It's just a hard hand fight, but I like what Rachi did and Swiderski did. Just a little dap in between. Hey, no harm, no foul. This is true competition.
An acknowledgement that, hey, I know that was a little much. It wasn't intended to be the way that it was received.
Right.
Let him go. Get out of him.
Rachi trying to get inside control. 40 seconds in this opening period. Swiderski with another attack. The re-attack from Rachi.
Swiderski was a little bit far away to hit that patented double leg that he did. Normally gets to. Rachi did a good job of using that lateral movement to get out of the way.
David Taylor said Swiderski could have gone in the Iowa duel, their final match, their final meet of the season. But they decided to play it safe going into the postseason. No reason to risk it. Gave him one more date to get fully healthy, and he has looked fully healthy this weekend. A strong opening period from the Oklahoma State Cowboy, and he has the 3-1 advantage. Another look at the takedown here.
Here's that takedown. Boom, right there. Cross pick. Gets that far ankle, runs him down, secures that first point. First 3 points for the Cowboys.
It's going to be a slight pause.
It was a 9-2 victory for Swiderski when the two met in the dual meet. In that match, Rachi went for a high C, kind of got stumbled and hit his knee hard, stayed down for a while, but was able to continue the match.
I actually talked to him after that duel, Mike. What happened was his knee got caught, to your point, and it kind of dislocated his kneecap, and they had to put it back in place.
The escape for Swiderski, 4-1 the score. Rachi immediately on the attack, a couple of shots fended off by Swiderski.
And that just shows
good hand fight.
Yes, that just shows the toughness of Rachi to continue to wrestle through that situation in that duel in Gallagher Arena.
Watch the face, guys. Clean up the hands.
Jason Rivera coaching him through the hand fight inside. Heavy-handed both of these wrestlers have been here through the first half of this match.
No doubt.
Swiderski, the number 7 wrestler in the country according to the coaches' rankings. Rachi on his upset tour, number 24 coming in, but he has knocked off a couple of very good wrestlers. A little poke in the eye there, unintentional, from Rachi to Swiderski.
Come on, let's go. Let's get set. Stop with the hands too many times. Set.
The official letting them know, stop with the hands too many times. He's kind of giving them both some warnings.
Swiderski able to defend another shot.
Rachi's starting to pick up his attacks a little bit more. That first period, it was all Swiderski. This second period so far, it's been all Rachi.
Yeah, Swiderski brought most of the action when they faced off in the dual meet. This
Correct.
has been more active for Rachi, and that's been part of why he's had more success of late.
Exactly.
But he needs to find some offense here. Late second period. Swiderski changing levels, Rachi matching him. Short time in the second period, and we will head to the final frame with Swiderski out in front, 4-1. It will be Rachi's choice. He will take down See David Taylor, the second-year head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He is building something truly fascinating with the Cowboys, and one of the most successful coaches in the country, Doug Schwab. Coach of the Year a season ago. Again with a wrestler in the finals here in Tulsa. Rachi working the hands. Swiderski able to stay on the knee.
I think Swiderski's going to commit to this ride right here. His mindset right here is probably thinking, man, I got to probably get about a good 2 to 3 mat returns, because Rachi's starting to, his momentum is starting to pick up a little bit. No
Rachi working those hands. The mat return from Swiderski.
Okay, and once again, pay attention to this, right? There's 27 seconds of ride time for Swiderski. Watch what he does. Rachi gets to his feet. He'll take a couple steps, look for a big lift, mat return. They may be on the edge. He's going to go look to go catch wrist if he can.
The ride here from Swiderski matters not just relative to the riding time and trying to get it over a minute for a point, but also because it shortens the period and the amount of time Rachi will have to hunt after a takedown whenever he does get loose.
Here we go again. Now watch the mat return to the edge of the mat. Yep.
He'll spill out again. Doug Schwab calling for a stall call on Swiderski.
And like I said, now there's 46, 49 seconds of ride time in this arena right now. Our clock in.
1001, 1002.
Swiderski not able to return him to the mat that time. Rachi working to get loose. Finally, Swiderski able to return him to the mat. Up over a minute of riding time, and the Oklahoma State crowd likes that.
So to my point, Mike, exactly what I was talking about. 2 to 3 mat returns, kind of getting you to the edge. So once you're there, now he's at a minute 2 riding time. Just that match in between the match.
This is what a really good ride looks like at this level, especially at 133 pounds. You're not just going to lean on him the entire time. You've got to wrestle to the edge. You've got to mat return multiple times over to be able to execute it. And a nice job by Casey Swiderski to put himself in a position to get that riding time point.
Here we go again.
Another mat return rolling through it is Rachi, and Swiderski did a great job of sticking with him. Finally loose is Rachi, 4-2, really 5-2 with the riding time point. Not locked yet, but certainly in a good position here for Casey Swiderski.
No stall calls.
Rachi needs a takedown and a ride out. That would put him in a 5-5 situation. 25 seconds in the period.
There's the first stall call. That's the right call.
That's just the first. That's a warning. Riding time now locked. Stall. Point for Rachi. Now a takedown would win it. Two quick stall calls on Casey Swiderski. Rachi with 12 seconds to work with. Changing levels on Swiderski. Good defense from Swiderski. Rachi takes a peek at the clock. 5 seconds to work with. And Casey Swiderski will hang on. The junior starts the night in style for Oklahoma State with a title at 149.
Wow. A lot of energy there. Coming out with Swiderski there. Got the early takedown. Another solid match for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, but Rachi cannot be disappointed. One heck of a weekend.
A terrific start to the night as Oklahoma State gets the win courtesy of Casey Swiderski. The Pokes have locked up the team title. As we move on to the second match of the night, when we return, Caleb Larkin and Landon Robidoux at 157. A terrific crowd on hand here at the BOK Center. This is wrestling country. They have showed out in style tonight. A heavy orange crowd, no surprise there. A lot of Oklahoma State Cowboy fans in attendance to see their 8 wrestlers compete tonight. Another of them will take the mat here shortly. It's a very chalky tournament so far. Well, with what we've seen, Hardell Moore, and at 157, we find our first of 6 bouts tonight that will feature number 1 versus number 2. This was the weight class, though, 157, that we looked forward to coming into the weekend, and it has delivered. We get spoiled tonight. Number 1, Caleb Larkin, facing number 2, Landon Robidoux. The first time that these 2 young wrestlers have ever met, Hardell. This should be a show.
Exactly right. We talked about the excitement and the depth of 157 pounds. And even with this high volume music that my man Larkin is coming out to, this is his wrestling style right here. Calm and composed in many, many high pressure situations. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about once this whistle blows and you watch this young man compete.
Larkin always destined to be a Sun Devil, son of the legendary Eric Larkin, now forging his own path. He and his brother Kyler, that we talked about off the top of the telecast, will both wrestle tonight in the championships. Landon Robidoux walking to the mat now. They have turned this into a complete show.
And Robidoux comes out to a little bit of Michael Myers, the Halloween theme song. So once again, this is another young man that is exceeded in high pressure situations. Super excited for this match right here with these guys at 157 pounds.
Landon Robidoux, his only loss this year, Hardell Moore, came to Antrell Taylor of Nebraska, the national champion a year ago at 157 pounds. And oh, by the way, it took Taylor until tiebreaker 2 to win that match 3-2.
Yes.
That's how good this true freshman Landon Robidoux really is.
And even with Mr. Larkin right here, he's had 2 losses. One at 149. There you go.
See
There's
the Michael Myers mask.
mask.
You'll see a few of those in the crowd tonight. That has become the alter ego of sorts for Landon Robidoux. Underway at 157, Eric McGill, Don Wiener are 2 officials for this match.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys and gals a little bit of heads up what to look for from these guys. Robidoux likes to keep a lot of pressure, heavy hands moving forward. As far as Larkin, loves ankle picks, uses his length. Robidoux, if he's going to try to finish a takedown on Larkin, potential pass by or double legs to grab both legs. If you grab one of these legs of Larkin, he's extremely long and flexible and can defend a lot of those positions. So let's see what happens.
Robidoux, one of those freshmen that we talked about off the top of the telecast for Oklahoma State. But David Taylor, their head coach, said he's really been the leader of that young group. He kind of took a jump as he gets in on a shot there on the leg of Larkin.
Okay.
Trying to circle behind, whizzer in from Larkin. No control yet.
Keep it legal.
This is the part I was talking about right here. Let's see if he gets that left hand up on that thigh.
Taking a bigger bite of the left leg of Larkin.
See if he can start inching himself closer and if he can get his shoulder where his knee is at. But look at the length of Larkin with grabbing those wrists.
And they will work outside the circle. That's one thing that Zeke Jones told us earlier this week. He said the Larkin brothers will long you to death. They have unbelievable length for their respective weight classes. Just lanky wrestlers.
Yep, and like I said, expect that cross pick coming again or ankle pick coming from Larkin. He just attempted it. Robidoux was able to slide out of that.
Collar tie from Larkin. Trying to use that length to get to an ankle.
And I've seen that duck now twice to Robidoux's left side, that Larkin's attempted. So keep that in your back pocket.
Center.
Another shot from Robidoux, fended off again by Larkin. Zeke Jones saying that's 3 shots in a row.
Look at that. Look at that.
Gets the takedown.
Went a little cross pick there, used that foot, used that length, and got a little back trip in there.
Green one. Green one.
Just many different attacks. It's a very, very, very unique feel.
Improve.
You talked about it a little bit as he was running out the calmness of the Larkin brothers, and that was something that Zeke Jones talked to us about earlier this week. He said they don't thrive on energy. They thrive on the mentality and the IQ piece of the game. And we see a little bit of it in how each of them wrestle, how smart they are, and how they're able to stay steady no matter what the energy in the room is.
Exactly, right? And to that point, like I said, to that calmness that they wrestle with, don't let that fool you because they are extremely, extremely competitive.
In what is a highly intensive sport, Jones said they're able to process a lot of information because of how calm they stay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Larkin likely to look for the ride out here with just 6 seconds left in the period. The mat return of Robidoux. And he will take a 3-0 advantage into period 2.
Here's that takedown by Larkin in that first period. Watch this. He does this a lot. Look at that. This cross, reaches across, sticks that legs out, uses that foot. Nice little back trip to secure that first takedown in the first period for the Sun Devil.
Larkin with choice. He'll start on bottom and get a quick escape here. It's 4-0 in favor of the Sun Devil. Firing again, defended this time by Robidoux. And now a front headlock from Robidoux. Trying to steer his way to a takedown of Larkin.
Here we go again.
Far leg.
Watch this position. This is what I was talking about earlier.
Circling is Robidoux. Whizzer in from Larkin. Now he'll lift again. He was in this position in the first period. Can he capitalize this time?
And if you can, even look at Larkin's face. Just cool.
Keep it legal.
Just cool.
Keep it legal.
Unconcerned, despite the opportunity. The trick, Robidoux, not yet.
Look at that.
Still inbound, not anymore. They spill out before Robidoux can score.
Man, this kid is dynamic. I think they were out. They end up going out of bounds there. Yep. And where Robidoux got that attack was front headlock position, lateral movement, moving right and left. But Larkin once again did another good job of defending. .40 left here.
Oh, a shot from
little
Robidoux.
Misdirection.
Picking that ankle, nothing yet. There it is.
What was the difference there, Mike? I talked 2 legs. You got to get both of his legs.
Zeke Jones calling for a count here.
Good.
Robidoux able to respond,
wow.
And it's 4-3.
Goodness. Woo. Double leg attempt by Robidoux. He captured both legs. Went single, went double, changed off. That's what got him that 3-point takedown there.
Being able to reach that far hit, which on the Larkins is not easy to do. But Robidoux able to finish. It's 4-3.
Big sequence right here because there's 10 seconds left. See if he finished this off on top.
8 seconds in the period. Larkin showing the flexibility. That will end period 2. It will be a 4-3 tally as we head to the final frame.
Okay, got a little blood cleanup here, but man, just...
You went low first. You went low first.
What the official's saying is Larkin went low first. They were wanting to count for a stall call. What the officials letting them know was you went low first, wasn't to count in that position. Now, this last position right here where Robidoux had his leg up, there wasn't a count because Larkin's hand wasn't on the mat. Once his hand goes to the mat, they'll start counting 1,001, 1,002. And he started doing it here, but by that time there was like 3 to 4 seconds left.
2 or 3 seconds left in the period, yeah.
There we go, red.
And here David Taylor saying to Robidoux, let's pick up the pace right here. Mentioned it earlier that he's become the leader of this freshman group. Taylor said that Robidoux over the summer made a leap in his level, and that was what kind of set him as that leader.
Yes.
He said from that point he kind of took the reins of this freshman group and led them through the paces as some of these other guys matched that level of him through the year.
Okay.
4-3 to start this third period.
This has been a great back and forth.
Rabidou, the true freshman, set the national record for takedowns in a season with 605 during his Minnesota high school career at St. Michael Albertville, and has turned that high school success into a tremendous start to his collegiate career. The re-attack from Rabidou, defended by Larkin. Minute 10 in the period.
Yep, one left. Rabidou's got to find another way to get to that takedown. No stall calls. Larkin's going to hold middle. And obviously he feels comfortable when you're in on his leg.
Rabidou decided not to go down to start this period. What do you think the strategy there was? As he gets in on a leg.
Here we go.
With an opportunity. Nothing yet. Lifting that knee. Now an ankle.
Look at this. Look at this.
Nothing yet. 30 seconds in the period. Rabidou lifting again. The splits from Larkin. Larkin had squared his hips up for a second. Now he does again.
Look at
20 seconds to go.
This is awesome.
Nothing yet. Rabidou again to the leg. 15 seconds.
He's got that wrist. He's not letting that wrist go.
But the whizzer in from Larkin. 8 seconds left. Rabidou. Larkin gets loose.
What a match.
He's going to hang on.
What a match.
Caleb Larkin adds to the family legacy.
What a match.
A Big 12 championship for the Sun Devil.
That is why you pay the price of admission for stuff like that. These two gentlemen laid it on the line and left it all out there on the mat at 157 pounds. Awesome stuff.
Everything we expected 157 pounds to be this weekend here in Tulsa, it proved to be. And Caleb Larkin stands atop the podium at one of the deepest weight classes in the country in any conference. Larkin with the championship. We'll see his brother later this evening. Could they go 2 for 2? When we return, we go to 165. Tune in to the 2026 NCAA Division I Men's Wrestling Championships live from Rocket Arena in Cleveland. March 19th through March 21st. Action begins noon Eastern on March 19th. Ends with the championship finals, 6:30 Eastern time on March 21st. 2 weeks from tonight. Catch every moment and every match on the ESPN app. Next up here in Tulsa, 165. The first time we get a chance to see Ladarian Lockett and Nico Ruiz go head-to-head, two young stars of the sport. Lockett, another true freshman for the Pokes. Ruiz, a redshirt sophomore. Both have been spectacular this weekend.
They have, right? Lockett's had a phenomenal season. Ruiz has also had a phenomenal season as well. Found a way to get the job done against Ryder Downey in the final seconds of the last night in the semifinals. Now he finds himself here in the finals, battling for a Big 12 championship at 165 pounds.
The win for Ruiz over Downey took some late magic from the Sun Devil.
Yes, it did. Yes, it exactly did. You know, and obviously Lockett was a part of the madness yesterday, right?
Yes, he was. We will talk about that for certain as Ladarian Lockett makes his way up the tunnel and into BOK Center. A phenom, the 51st wrestler in Oklahoma State history to win 4 straight state championships. 153-3 in his high school career at Stillwater High. Still calling Stillwater home.
This is another good match. This is another highlight match that I did have that I put a check mark by just because of the talent of these two young wrestlers. Sophomore versus freshman. Let's get after it.
It was quite a day yesterday for Ladarian Lockett. His semifinal match with Connor Uten due to concussion protocol for Lockett, and then a nearly hour-long tornado delay here at BOK. The match lasted 72 minutes and 52 seconds, but Lockett ultimately emerged victorious over Connor Uten to get here tonight to the championship bout opposite Nico Ruiz.
All right, you already kind of see Ruiz stand down in that low stance. Lockett loves to wrestle from space.
Clean hands, boys.
Also,
Clean
once he
hands
gets
now.
to a leg, Ruiz is very good in a lot of scrambling situations. Actually, that's how he ended up getting that takedown against Downey last night.
Zeke Jones knew he had something in Nico Ruiz from the very first time he took the mat as a Sun Devil. His very first collegiate match back in November of 2023, he faced Mitchell Messenbrink of Penn State. Super close offensive match that he lost 14-10 at the Journeyman Classic, but he's been improving bit by bit ever since, and that was the moment where Zeke Jones said, all right, we've got ourselves somebody who's going to do some really special things here in a Sun Devil single.
Exactly, and he was an NCAA qualifier last year at 165 pounds. Attention.
Here we go.
Here you say I wasn't trying to do that.
Derek Lark kind of took the fault himself, but Ladarian Lockett also saying, my bad. Wrist control here from Lockett. Ruiz able to shake loose.
See that right arm down by Ruiz, kind of matching Lockett's level there. Grabbing that wrist. Once you see Lockett collar tie hard with that right hand,
Hands up.
Ruiz is going straight to that wrist.
Fingers up. Halfway, minute 30, gentlemen.
These two have not met before, so there's a bit of feeling out period when that's the case, and we're seeing that take place here in this opening period.
Thank you.
Good head snap from Lockett.
Offense, gentlemen, let's go.
I really like what the official said, wrestling up, basically saying, hey, don't just stay on your knees and start getting some contact, get some action going again. 1 minute remaining in this first period.
You hear the voice of Derek Lark, our lead official, mic'd up tonight. Eric Eckerman, the other official this evening for this match.
Center from here. Center from here. Thank you. Well done, Green.
Nothing significant. There's the first one.
Lockett with a shot. Ruiz with the defense. Lockett big on the fancy footwear. He's got the pink wrestling shoes on tonight.
Inside, center.
Oh.
Center.
Oh. A couple of hard head hits for both of them. The defense from Ruiz starting with the top of his head. Final 10 seconds of the period.
Pay attention to those jab steps right there.
Inside.
I call those kind of like body blows in a boxing match, right? Jab step, jab step, jab step, right? Obviously boxing, you're trying to hit those ribs, loosen that body up a little bit. Pay attention to those jab steps further later into this match.
For Ladarian Lockett, he kind of announced himself here in this building back at the National Duels, beat Mikey Caliendo of Iowa. Caliendo got him back at the dual mat, but Taylor said that D learned a really valuable lesson in that match against Caliendo in the duel recently, because he's oftentimes very patient. Will wait until late in a match to really start in on his offense, and Taylor said in that match it kind of cost him.
Yes.
But he said he learned from that experience, and we've seen him execute here in Tulsa so far.
Yep. Once again, that's one thing we talked about. Coach Taylor talking about, hey, don't sit on the lead. Go look to score those points.
Ruiz chose bottom here to start this second period and does earn the escape in about 15 seconds. A 1-0 advantage for the Sun Devil, looking to give Zeke Jones' team back-to-back championships here at 157 and 165.
Arizona State has had a phenomenal tournament. They're sitting in third place right now with 90 points. West Virginia's right behind, I say right behind them. They're behind them with 77.5 points.
Arizona State locked into a third-place finish. Iowa State will finish second. Oklahoma State has locked up a championship courtesy of the win from Casey Swiderski at 149. Midway point of period number 2.
1 minute, guys.
1 minute here.
Stalemate, let's go. Come on.
Ruiz is doing a really good job staying low. He's keeping that right hand down, protecting his lead leg, and just kind of stalking a little bit. Lockett's got to look to get a little bit more feints going and then follow those up with something.
Grabs a hold of the wrist, vacuums in Ruiz and tries to steer him.
In from here. Go, guys. Use your ties. Offense. Attacks.
Derek Lark looking for more offense. He'll call another stalemate, and Zeke Jones says why. 28 seconds in the period.
Probably the only one who's committed the shot. In there yet.
You can hear the officials talking it through, considering a stall call, but saying, hey, Lockett's the only one that's really fired anything so far.
Oh, swing
There he is
single
again,
attempt.
in on that right leg. Ruiz, a hold of the knee on the backside, and time will expire in the second period, just as we started to see finally some real offense.
All right, gentlemen, 15 advantage. Oklahoma State fighting time today. Don't worry, get it, leave you off the boundary. Set.
I like the instruction right there.
Yes.
Official giving those instructions, just kind of letting them know where you're at. 15 seconds, last period, 2 minutes. Let's keep this match going.
No stall warnings yet. The operative word there from Derek Lark. Riding time not a factor in this one. Ruiz, we'll see if he can change that. He's worked down the 15 seconds that Lockett had to begin the period and now cranking up some of his own.
There's that switch.
Lockett able to get loose. And we're level 1-1. Now the blast shot from Lockett.
Good job, guys. Here we go.
Oh man, this is fun.
The first time these two wrestlers have ever met. Dead even 1-1. 40 seconds into the third period.
Clean hands here.
Couple attempts by Lockett.
Collar tie from Lockett. Ruiz able to work loose of it. Now inside control from Ruiz.
Center.
Working that right hand.
Down the left. Don't just push here, right? Looking for point.
Zeke Jones
officials
saying stay on the edge,
Yep.
score on the edge.
But you hear the officials say, don't just push, score on the edge, right? He's letting them know, don't just push him out of bounds. You still got to look to score on the edge. 42 seconds left. Riding time is not a factor.
Love what Derek Lark just said to him as they came back to the center. Winning time right now.
Yeah. Derek Lark's
Who
done a
will
really
find
good
some
job of this.
offense? 25 seconds to go. Zeke Jones calling for a stall. Lockett waving at the official. Lockett needs to stop.
You just gotta go get cleaned up.
You can hear him say, I got hit.
I don't know if he got poked in the eye or he's got blood on his face.
We got blood all over his mouth.
Blood's all over his mouth. So they got a little blood time right here, cleaning that up.
Clean him up. Clean him up.
No blood time in college. It's unlimited. It's not like high school wrestling.
Boom, right there.
There it is, right there. And this is the second straight day that Lockett has taken a blow to the head. He went into concussion protocol yesterday.
Getting his lip all cleaned up and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Okay.
So you hear their confirmation from Derek Lark. They did hit a stall call.
Yes.
That's the first on
yeah,
either wrestler, though. So just a warning on Lockett.
19 seconds left here in his third period. 1-1 is score. Cleaning the blood up. You hear the official letting Coach Jones and them know in the Arizona State corner.
Still cleaning up the lip of Ladarian Lockett.
Yeah, that's right. Bam, busted lip there. Head comes back.
And you can see him immediately waving to the official saying, hey, hang on a second.
Yep. There is a warning on green.
Lockett, the green corner for this match. So the warning on Lockett. Ready to resume. 19 seconds in the period. Neither wrestler able to score an offensive point yet. 10 seconds to go.
Who can get to that leg?
Whoever it is, it's going to come in overtime.
Yes.
1-1. And we will head to the first sudden victory period here at 165. David Taylor said Ladarian Lockett often waits until late in the match to initiate his offense. No better time than sudden victory to initiate some.
And he's also got to be careful of that boundary, right? He has a stall call, and obviously Nico knows that.
A second stall would be a point for Ruiz and would end it.
See how he's matching this level, staying down.
Come on, guys, take some risks. Let's go. Come here.
Ruiz
Bring it on here.
trying to penetrate step. Now Lockett to the leg. The duck under. Hunting that far hip. Lockett lifting. Going to try and drag him back into the circle. Ruiz into the splits to defend.
We're about to get into some wrestling right here, Mike. He's going to grab far
The
ankle.
ankle.
Let's go!
Ruiz lifting. Circling behind. Lockett hanging on for dear life to the ankle of Ruiz. Rolling through. Ruiz nearing closer. Not yet. Neutral danger. Not yet. He got to 2 swipes. Ruiz trying to turn again.
Look at this. Here we go. Come on.
Lockett able to defend, but again, through the crotch of Ruiz comes of Lockett. 30 seconds in sudden victory.
They're going to still make that.
Dangerous position, and that will be the call. Potentially dangerous.
Okay, so you hear the official
Brick is
say
out here from Zeke Jones.
So they're going to challenge the danger rule is what they're challenging right now.
Whether or not there was a third swipe. You can even hear the reticence in Zeke Jones' voice that, well, all right, we got to challenge something. Let's challenge this.
So here's this sequence right here. It was off of Lockett's attack. He did a cross pick, was able to defend that. And now this is just the part where they ended up stalemating it. They were looking at that first sequence when the ref went 1,001, 1,002 in the danger, but to your point, Mike, he never got to 3 swipes.
We're going to have 25.
So now it's just a matter of, I don't think there's a takedown, anything like that. I think they're going to get back on their feet and continue to scrap. Yeah, it's a pretty.
After review, the call is going to be upheld. No takedown.
No takedown, yeah.
Not a big surprise there. I doubt that Zeke Jones is even surprised, as he didn't sound too confident that there would be an overturn. They will give the brick back, it looks like, to Zeke Jones.
25 seconds left here.
25 in set victory 1. And then tiebreakers to follow. Zeke Jones trying to usher Ladarian Lockett to the center of the circle.
Oh,
defended by Ruiz.
He ate that one. Goodness.
18 seconds in the period.
Thank you.
Sweeping for that leg, lifting through the crotch. Ruiz driving to the exterior.
Wow.
Good defense from Lockett as they got to the edge of the cylinder. 3 seconds in the period, and they'll go to the first tiebreaker.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
You have all the options.
So now,
Arizona State, the next bottom.
now the riding time comes into play, but here's a key sequence, remember. Lockett does have he has a stall call.
Yes.
Okay?
So 30 seconds on the clock. 2 30-second tiebreaker periods. Ruiz trying to get loose. Lockett with the net return. Ruiz able to get free in just 5 seconds time. Advantage to the Sun Devil.
5 seconds. Hear the officials talking about it.
Lockett now has to hunt for points here to improve his situation. And tiebreaker, the first half of the tiebreaker period comes to an end. Ackerman and Lark cross-referencing with one another that the 5 seconds of riding time is accurate.
So he's got to get out in less than, he's going to go neutral. Neutral. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if he doesn't get out, if in this situation, if Ruiz would have held him longer than 5 seconds, he wins. Now it makes it where Lockett has to go get a takedown right here to win this match. Otherwise,
it gives him the full 30 seconds to work
Ruiz with 5 seconds of riding time advantage.
Still advantage Ruiz. With that 2-1 lead, Lockett has to get a takedown in these 15 seconds, or Ruiz wins the championship.
And Ruiz has no stall calls.
Ruiz can be very defensive here. There is the warning on red. 8 seconds in the period. He circles back center. Six seconds to work with. Lockett has to pull off a magic act. Ruiz, the head-hands defense, hopping over the top is Lockett, but he'll run out of time. Nico Ruiz, another upset for the sophomore, and this time it's for a championship.
Good match, good sportsmanship. A lot of action back and forth, man. Good stuff right there. These guys could meet here in another week and a half, too, at the NCAAs.
Back-to-back titles for the Arizona State Sun Devils. Nico Ruiz wins at 165. 2-1 in the tiebreaker. A terrific match. 3 outstanding matches to start the night. 174.
Boucher.
174. Ready to go here in Tulsa, and it's our second rematch of the night. Alex Facundo and Cam Steed met in the duel back in January. A 2-1 win for Facundo, but the only difference in the match was a stall call on Steed in the third period. For Steed, it is a return to the Big 12 final for the second straight year.
Exactly right. Once again, you and I have talked with Steed throughout this tournament. Obviously had a chance to watch Facundo wrestle as well, but back in the Big 12 finals, he was here last year at 165 pounds. He's bumped up this year to 174 pounds. Much bigger guy, same attitude, looking out here, getting ready to scrap.
For Steed, it's similar stories each of these last 2 seasons. Hardell injured at points early on in the season. This year, concussion protocol that he had to deal with, but both last year and this year, got himself healthy, got rolling, and got here to the finals again. Meanwhile, for Alex Facundo, the transfer from Penn State, started for the Nittany Lions back in the 22-23 season, but now the starter here for the Pokes. And Hardell, he has impressed all season long.
Exactly right. To your point, transferred from Penn State. He started the season 1-3. Won the duel versus Stanford, went to national duels, had 3 ranked guys in a row, lost those 3. He's been finding his groove lately, and like you said before, this is another get-back match or another run-it-back match with Facundo winning 2-1 earlier in the season.
David Taylor felt like in that match, Facundo controlled the match. He was the aggressor. He earned that stall call that was the difference in the match at Missouri.
And what you got to watch out from Steed, we saw it yesterday when he was wrestling Espinola Owens, is that powerful, strong double. Kevin Looper letting them know, keep the hands out of the face.
Hands, hands.
You know, and to your point, Mike, he was talking what he wrestled at Penn State a couple years back. That was at 157. So he's grown into a full 74-pounder as well.
How much of a difference can that make for a wrestler as Steed tried a shot, fended off by Facundo, to have the opportunity to grow, to have the opportunity to be on full feed, to have the opportunity to allow your body to fill out? How does that make, I mean, he's clearly a very strong 174-pounder.
Exactly, right? And everybody's going to be different. For a lot of the guys that do jump a weight class or 2 weight classes, you know, weight management's been under control, but now their body's starting to grow. One thing they really can focus on during that time is just getting better, not about getting your weight down. Obviously, the sport during that time becomes a lot more fun than what it is, right? You're going into training with a smile on your face and instead of just dreading it.
We heard that from Damian Hahn talking about some of his wrestlers. You're a lot happier a wrestler when you're able to not have to be constantly cutting weight.
And I'm pretty sure both these guys are in their happy place right now.
Steed, an All-American last year, finished 7th at NCAAs, and Brian Smith said that's helped his mentality, that's helped his confidence. He said it shouldn't change anything, but it changes things for all these guys. You get that All-American status, and it just changes the way that you approach everything in your wrestling life.
Yep. Well, and it also means, you know, all that hard work is starting to pay off too, right? Everybody's not going to get to that point, but one thing these guys are doing, they're eating right, sleeping right, living right. They're doing the right things on and off the mat. They're giving themselves the best chance possible.
It was a very defensive match in the duel.
Yes.
And we're seeing a defensive start here through 2 minutes.
Nothing significant just yet from either guy. 40 seconds left here in this first period. And once again, you see what Facundo's trying to do. Both guys, right? You're trying to crack that code. How can I get to my attack? What angle do I need to use to get to my attack? Obviously, they are familiar with one another because they wrestled earlier this year. But trying to make those small, minor adjustments that may pay huge dividends.
Steed trying to rip Facundo to the mat. They'll unlock here with 15 seconds left in the opening period. Five seconds to work with. And it will be a scoreless opening frame here at 174 pounds. When you have a match like these two did the first time around that was so defensive, how does that impact the feel that you do have for the other guy, that you didn't get a chance to maybe feel all of his offensive repertoire throughout the match?
Well, obviously they've watched film on one another, so they know what each one has. The thing right now is somebody's got to go get it. Somebody's going to have to pull that trigger to figure out what is what, right? Otherwise, we'll be in another 2-to-1 or 1-to-1 match, should we say. Now, they obviously don't want to take an errant shot and put themselves in a bad position. You just got to pick your spots. And it looks like right now Steed is really committed to this ride.
Through the leg, through the crotch of Facundo.
Hey, watch for blood. I don't know where it's coming from.
They're going to let this part work out here.
Facundo.
Here he's going to look for. He's got to elevate that.
Gets a hold of the leg.
Steed's coming over top for a cradle. Facundo's going to keep that foot and start standing up. But you see where Steed's taking him.
Trying to work closer to that cradle.
There it is. He's got it.
Facundo in some danger here. 3, 4 swipes.
Yes, he is tough from that position. He baited him right there in that position. Now he's going to start looking for the fall. And he's in really good position because he's all the way on the outside there.
A minute to go in the period. Plenty of time for Steed to work the position.
And he's making himself long. Good job by Facundo from fighting out of that. Really good job by Steed there setting that up.
4 near fall for Cam Steed. And a brilliant start for the Missouri Tiger.
Facundo was real close to getting a reversal, but right there once he jumps over the top, he makes himself long. He's already a pretty tall guy. Gets that boot right back in there, tripod position, locks that cradle up with that roll. Yep. When Facundo rolled, that's when he locked it up.
A minute 13 of riding time on top of it all. A 4-1 advantage for Steed.
Okay.
So now this is almost like a sprint right here for Facundo in this position. There's still a lot of wrestling left.
Center hip, center hip. Watch the hands.
Ear to ear with 20 seconds left in the period. Facundo. The shot defended by Steed.
Good
Steed
job by
able to
Steed
wrestle
there.
back center.
Yep. Good job
they'll
by
spill
Steed
out
to
of the
change
cylinder.
positions.
A terrific start here at 174 pounds for Cam Steed, the Missouri Tiger. A 4-1 advantage, a $1:13 a riding time through the first 3 minutes.
Wait on me, buddy. Jack.
He looked over there at David. David basically told him riding for 13, then you got to let him go. You got to get 2 takedowns in this period. Get that riding time down to less than 1 minute, then you're going to have to cut him.
Steed, the first of back-to-back Missouri Tigers we will see on this mat here at BOK. Aiden Sinclair, the #1 seed at 184 pounds. Next to take the mat, opposite Eddie Knightenbach of Wyoming. Facundo will cut him loose. It's a 5-1 advantage. Facundo did work down under a minute of riding time. Action as they go out of the circle, says Kevin Looper.
Let's go, quickly, quickly.
But the fact that Facundo did get him down under a minute of riding time could factor in here. Still a lot of wrestling to be done.
Yep. You see Facundo's already sprinting because he has to. He's got to have that sense of urgency right now. Here we go.
In on a shot, circling behind. Steed trying to get an ankle in.
Steed trying to Jonesy him here. See what Facundo's doing? He's hiding that ankle. Now he's got to cut him again.
5-4, and he'll cut him loose.
Oh, watch out!
Nearly, oh my goodness, Steed goes spilling off the platform.
Six to 4, 1 minute left. Man.
There was no stall call there, despite Oklahoma State calling for one. 1 minute to go.
Facundo is on him.
Steed has to guard against a stall call. He had one, of course, in that match last time. Circles behind.
Out.
Was he out?
They were
say
out.
he was out. No takedown. And Brian Smith immediately reaching for the brick. Kevin Looper saying no need for the brick. We're going to take a look at it ourselves. Steed very nearly had the takedown. Was the toe still in?
The coaches are going to look at this. Here's a couple of looks at this bad boy here. Nah, I think they went out, came back in. So I think the call is going to stand with no 3. Then they'll get back to scrapping.
They were down.
They were down, nothing there.
He's right there. He's still got both feet in and then that slid off. I think I have a picture.
Oh, wow.
What do you think he got?
We can hear the conversation.
You hear the
right
conversation. Well, Annie's on the side too, so I don't know.
It's going to be a takedown.
It's going to be a takedown. Yep.
After review.
174, and we move on now to 184. And one of the most scintillating wrestlers in the country in Aiden Sinclair as the youth movement persists here at 184. A pair of guys that are national championship threats, certainly all-American threats. Eddie Knightenbach, the 2-seed, a sophomore, and yet another freshman, a budding superstar in Aiden Sinclair.
Exactly right. We've talked about the youth movement all weekend. The youth movement really has been a conversation all season long through NCAA wrestling, point blank, period. And we're just blessed enough to be able to see these guys live and in action this weekend.
Aiden Sinclair. A win over Max McAnally here at the National Duels in this same building at the beginning of the year. He knows what it is to win a big match in this building. This one's bigger, though.
Yes, it is.
We talked with Mark Branch, the head coach of Wyoming, about a week and a half ago before the brackets had come out. And he talked about the fact that Eddie Knightenbach had never met Aiden Sinclair before. He said, I hope we get to see that matchup. We will tonight. Branch knows he's got a kid in Joey Novak that is capable of competing with anybody in the country. He will have a chance to prove it in this one.
Yep. And as soon as this whistle blows, Sinclair is in your face and a high offensive attack rate.
Evan Burchett, our lead official. Eric Boucher with him on the mat, and we are underway at 184 pounds. Brian Smith said of Aiden Sinclair, he believes in his identity. He knows his style, he knows how to wrestle, and he's just going to do what he does. It's not about the other guy on the mat, it's about what he does.
Yep, and that's what you want to do. You want to make your opponent wrestle your style. Stay where you're comfortable at. You don't have to do anything wild. Don't have to do anything crazy that you're not accustomed to doing. Just do what you do. That put points on the board.
Novak with the shot, fended off pretty easily by Sinclair. Knightenbach needs to be careful here. Eddie Knightenbach needs to be careful here because he knows that if Sinclair gets a hold of his arm, the arm drags from Aiden Sinclair are elite.
Yes.
That is a big part of how he scores.
And like I said, he can score from many different areas too. Good on his feet, good on top, good on bottom. Just an all-around solid wrestler.
Apologies, I got ahead of myself there. We have Joey Novak at 197 pounds here in a little bit against Rocky Elam.
Nice
Good
outside step
from Sinclair, scooping in that knee. Shelves it, looks for the trip, and finishes the takedown.
Sinclair did a really good job of getting height there. Got that leg up, ended up getting the trip, securing that first takedown. Nice outside step shot too. Pretty sure he's probably been wrestling with Keegan O'Toole on that one.
Red set, don't move. Green covers eagle.
So Sinclair with the early takedown midway through this first period. Knightenbach catching that mat return, now rolling through. Good job by Sinclair to stay with him, keep his hips square, and maintain the ride.
Sinclair doesn't mind scrambling either.
Chopping at that arm.
Building on that ride time. Knightenbach's got to try to get to those feet, peel those hands. Get that 1 point. Nice mat return again. I like what he did. Returned on one side, moved his opponent's body to that right side.
Another mat return from Sinclair.
And you see what he's doing with his left knee there, right? Obviously, there's a height differential here, right? But once Sinclair's able to get Knightenbach up, using that left leg to kind of help him out a little bit.
To the edge of the cylinder, still inbounds at the moment, and now they work outside the cylinder. Sinclair one of the most fascinating characters, not just from a wrestling standpoint, but also his personality. A hobbyist in all facets of life. Plays the piano. He's trying to start a band with some of his teammates at Missouri. Talks with his teammates about tax law. He's as versatile and multifaceted an individual as you will find across the country. Knightenbach able to work the escape. 3-1 here. Final 15 seconds of this first period.
Talented in a whole lot of areas besides wrestling.
Brian Smith said he's going to graduate in 3 years. Already on that track here in his redshirt freshman season. And he's got the 3-1 lead through the opening period. He did redshirt a year ago as we get another look at the takedown.
Here's that takedown. Look, watch how he gets height. Use that right leg. Trips right there on Knightenbach. Bam, 3-point takedown. Good job.
He redshirted a year ago. They were back and forth about whether or not to do it throughout the season. Ultimately decided to stick with the red shirt because Brian Smith said he still needed to see a little bit more growth in terms of his versatility as a wrestler and become a more complete wrestler. He said early on in his career at Mizzou, Sinclair would say, you don't need to be great on top. And he had to kind of, he and his coaching staff kind of worked him through that mentality and that belief. And it was a big ride over McAnally in that match here at the National Duels that was for Brian Smith. The moment it was like, all right, Aiden Sinclair has come full circle.
Yeah, and I actually remember Missouri was in Stillwater dueling that night, and Sinclair wrestled Dustin Plott. And Coach Smith mentioned something that the Missouri fans may be mad at him because he hadn't wrestled Sinclair at home just yet, but he did wrestle him on the road. And to your point, man, he is a fantastic freshman, but sounds even more like a fantastic young man.
Clean it up. Top of the head, stay out of the face.
He was able to work a quick escape there here in the second period. And because he got out as quick as he did, he still has over a minute of riding time. Now in on another shot and lifting that left leg. Trips again. Not finished yet. There it is. Another takedown for Aiden Sinclair as they spill out of the cylinder, but a 7-1 advantage for the Missouri Tiger.
Just consistent. 2 shots, 2 scores. Increasing the riding time now. 1:04 left in this second period.
Matt returned from Sinclair. Under a minute to go in this second period. And the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country in the coaches' rankings, showing just how elite he is. He is a bona fide national championship threat in a couple weeks in Cleveland, Hardell.
He is. And he's proven that. He's shown that all season. Like I said, only 1 loss on the record. Like I said, versed in all facets of the wrestling game.
Stall call on Knightenbach. That's the first. It's a warning. No point awarded. 20 seconds here in the period.
Both men working to improve here.
See how he's moving from side to side. Hard. He's going hard to the right side, moving Knightenbach a little bit. Go back to the left, just kind of keeping him guessing. He's keeping him guessing.
2 periods in the books. Sinclair in control, a 7-1 advantage and over 2 minutes worth of riding time. You mentioned he has just 1 loss on the year. Came against Angelo Ferrari of Iowa back in November. Also here at the National Duels, and that one took a tiebreaker, a 3-2
that was a wild
win
match
for Ferrari.
That was a back and forth scramble fest is exactly what that was.
Let's stay out of it. I already talked to you about it. That's what's going to cost you. Stay out of it.
Evan Burchett keeping control of the action. Warning Eddie Knightenbach. Another shot from Sinclair. Defense from Knightenbach. Holding on to that far leg. Now trying to work through the crotch of Sinclair. And they'll call a stalemate.
Neutral. Measure that, guys.
Knightenbach did a good
25
job.
left here.
Now Knightenbach just did a good job of squaring those hips back up and giving himself an opportunity to score. Now granted, that was off of Sinclair's attack. Knightenbach just hadn't had anything significant right now. Sinclair's just holding position well and also kind of keeping Knightenbach guessing during this. It's just been in complete control.
Wyoming head coach Mark Branch said that Knightenbach, when he first came to Wyoming, was a little quieter, a little more reserved. He said about halfway through his freshman year, he kind of broke out of his shell, became a more vocal member of the team, and has really impacted the culture of the Wyoming Cowboys since his arrival.
Yes. Mark's done a heck of a job at Wyoming, man. Been there numerous years, getting guys on the podium, getting guys here in the Big 12 finals, so he'll continue success.
Knightenbach needs a very loud final 30 seconds here, though. Gunning for that left leg of Sinclair, the defense from the Tiger. 25 seconds in the period.
Look at that. Look
Sinclair.
at that. Good lateral movement, man. That was nice.
Aiden Sinclair, elite in so many things, but he does nothing better than he wrestles. Aiden Sinclair, your champion in the Big 12 at 184 pounds. A terrific and dominant performance from the redshirt freshman, and likely just the first of many championships for that young man. 197 pounds on deck when we return. The wrestling world lost a giant a week and a half ago. Bobby Douglas passed away at 83 years old, the former Iowa State and Arizona State head coach, a two-time Olympian as a wrestler, two-time world medalist, and a national champion as a head coach as well in 1988. Ardell Moore, he was one of the absolute legends, one of the more brilliant minds this sport has ever known.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to many coaches about him. Actually, Coach Douglas recruited me, wrestled at Oklahoma State. Like you see all the accomplishments this guy did, not only for just the sport of wrestling, but just all the people involved. And Coach Douglas will be deeply, deeply missed. Thank you for everything that you did for the sport of wrestling.
Zeke Jones said mentor, father figure, friend, colleague, teammate, and again, the wrestling IQ. That was what so many of the guys we spoke with this week said about Bobby Douglas, one of the most brilliant minds we've ever seen in this sport. We move to 197 pounds now. Rocky Elam and Joey Novak, our first of two matchups tonight that pit wrestlers ranked number 2 and number 3 in the country in the coaches' rankings. Elam and Novak, the top 2 seeds here in Tulsa, handling an extremely deep field at 197 to get here to Saturday night. And Rocky Elam healthy now, and that is pivotal for this young man after he missed last season. He's been energized, Ardell.
Exactly right, and that's one of the things Coach Kevin Dresser said. We kind of have him on a pitch count. You saw the accolades of Rocky Elam as a 4-time All-American, looking to becoming a 5-time All-American and eventual national champion. So, you know, 5, 6, 7 years in college wrestling, you got to be on some type of pitch count and rest your body when you need to.
An energized Rocky Elam is a very dangerous thing. Joey Novak rolls into this match on an 11-match winning streak. The last time he lost was to Rocky Elam at CKLV in early December. And this young man, 28-7 a year ago, 17-2 coming into tonight, has had a magnificent season.
2 returning All-Americans here. Obviously, Novak was an All-American last year, Elam All-American 2 years ago. Elam holds a 3-0 lead head-to-head in these matchups with these guys.
It was a 3-win for Elam over Novak at Cliff Keene. Some sportsmanship from these two young men as we get underway at 197 pounds. Two intensely strong individuals, and Elam already in on a leg, and quickly a takedown whistled for Novak. Just the second time that Elam has been taken down all season. The first was yesterday against DJ Parker of Oklahoma. And even though it was Elam that got to the leg, Novak was the one who seized control.
And here it was, just kind of Merkel, quote-unquote, side-by-side position. And once those hands hit the mat there's his 3 points. And this is Novak's tough in this top position, but Elam's really looking good there for that reversal. I think Novak's just going to cut him. Yep.
He cuts him loose, and it's 3-1. We saw yesterday in the semifinal between Elam and DJ Parker.
Yes.
Nothing gets Rocky Elam out over his skis.
Nope.
Even being taken down, even falling behind in a match, he wrestled through all 3 periods yesterday, worked his way to a commanding 9-4 victory over DJ Parker. He is as experienced as they come.
As they come, right? He walked out once again. I'll use that slogan, cool, calm, and collective. That's how he wrestles, and that's how his mind works in these high-pressure situations.
He is a big 197-pounder, just envelops his opponent.
Yes. And his brother was a heavyweight from Missouri back in the day as well. So, you know, not little dude, just needless to say.
Center.
Elam, a Tiger for 4 years, a 4-time All-American, finished 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 6th over the course of his 4 years with Tiger style.
Here, Josh Briscoe letting him know, wrestle through those positions. Wrestle through that.
You'll hear the voice of Josh Briscoe, our lead official, mic'd up here in this 197-pound match. Steve Mirasolo out there on the mat with Josh Briscoe.
See if Elam can get to that single leg, his patent swing single that he likes.
When they met in Vegas, Elam's first takedown took a lot of patience, a lot of persistence to finally work his way through, wrestle the position. It was good defense from Novak for a while before Elam was able to finally score.
Snap there. Oh.
Hey, let's keep that clean. You're good. You're good. Hey, just be smart. Take his hand. Take his hand.
Oh, man. You heard that one. I heard that in my headset. Bop, bop.
Briscoe keeping it all under control.
Yes.
Says to Joey Novak, you're good. I understand where you're coming from, but
oh, man.
Let's still keep it clean.
Sometimes I would say that was almost like a 2-piece and a biscuit right there. Pop, pop. There's that single.
Elam working through the crotch. Lifting. A boot in. Novak working to the edge. Only 10 seconds of the period. Elam.
Oh,
outside
man.
the cylinder.
Why was that so key, Mike? 5 seconds left here in that period. That would have been a key sequence if Elam end up getting that. But good job by Novak squaring it back up on the edge of that mat there.
3-1 after 1 in favor of the Wyoming Cowboy. Mark Branch said that Novak was kind of disappointed about how he performed last year at Big 12s. Finished 5th. Said he came in motivated to this weekend, and he has turned that motivation hard out into success. A very impressive run this weekend to get here tonight, and also impressive to start here in this first period.
Yeah, he's got to have confidence right now. And then also not only that, but defending that single leg that Elam had him in. I thought Elam was going to be able to cut him back, but he wasn't able to.
The escape for Novak, a 4-1 advantage.
So the thing right here for Novak with the 4-1 lead right now in this second period, he has to keep wrestling. Obviously, there's a lot of match still left because Elam's not going to stop wrestling. But once you stop wrestling with this lead early like this in a match, it can come back and bite you.
Branch said Novak used that experience last year here in Tulsa, not just as fuel for this run, but he used it a year ago at the NCAAs as well. Branch said it was a moment of clarity for him to see some of the things that the coaches were trying to communicate to him, and he used all of that on his way to a 5th place finish and an All-American at the NCAAs a year ago. And he's carried that over here into his junior season.
Wrestle through that.
1 minute remaining here in the second period. Novak's just controlling center. He doesn't have to put himself in a bad position. You know, Elam's got to start looking for his attacks. Obviously, that single leg was almost there. Little fake high crotch. But as we spoke about before, he's been in this position before, right? So this match it's far from over right now.
Elam got a heck of a scrap from Cody Merrill in the duel. Ended up winning that one 4-1 in sudden victory.
It was a great match last night.
Action, guys, action.
I I like what. There it is again. That's
In on
twice,
the
and he's
leg.
gotten in
10
both
seconds
times.
in the period. Short time to work with here. Novak waterfalling over the top. Locked hands around the chest. And time will expire in the period.
Red. What do you want? Red down.
2 singles for Elam. He's gotten in both times, unable to finish. Will the third time be the charm?
Red set.
Mark Branch's Wyoming team took a long break at the tail end of the regular season. They didn't wrestle the final weekend like a lot of teams did. He said that was a strategic choice to give his wrestlers an opportunity to get healthy and ready to go for this tournament. Novak fresh and leading 4-2 as Elam gets the escape as we start this third period. Riding time not a factor. A clean 4-2 advantage for Joey Novak.
There it is again.
Another shot from Elam.
Will the third time be the
Defense through
charm?
the crotch here for Novak.
Here we go.
Elam lifting. Nothing yet. Trying to keep his foot away from the trip attempt from Elam. Water falling over the top again.
Neutral.
Good job
Still
by
nothing
Elam.
for Elam, but working closer. Elam's got the takedown.
Stalemate. No change.
Third time was the charm, right? He got in there 2 times before. That time he finished. He had plenty of time left, was able to get that leg up, fought through a couple of those little battles there. That shin whizzer ends up scoring a 3-point takedown. Now he's got a 5-4 lead.
And now Joey Novak is going to have to force the action here in the final minute and 10 seconds.
And what Elam's game plan is here now is ride and stay on top. Do the hard things. Finish this match on top. And he is tough on top.
If Novak can get loose, it would tie the match. Elam cannot get to a minute of riding time. So it all comes down to whether or not Novak can get loose. We mentioned the length, the size of Elam at 197 makes him very good on top. Maybe a reversal. Nothing yet.
We're good yet. Red.
Still inbound.
That's
Red.
You hear the call from Briscoe
Red.
saying Red's still in control.
Yep.
And still 19 seconds.
No change. Easy. No change.
Mark Branch is going to bring the brick out here.
Down. Still down. Here we go.
At least considering it, and they will toss the brick.
What are they counting? Just lots of control.
They're going to try and ask for a loss of control here. It did look like Novak at one point was working close to a reversal.
it's almost like, I know he was going for that reversal in that position, but it's almost here if he could have just got his 1 point. Let me see if that's even possible, if he could have just broke away. But he slid down, turned into him.
That's not a reversal.
No reversal there.
But is it a loss
That
of
could have been
control
loss of
for
control
Elam?
there when both hands were here. Yep. And then they start going back there, but man, savvy wrestling.
I don't see anything to overturn. There's something indisputed. I mean,
Because he was there, but then he kind of came back on top. So,
I mean, not there. Just a slight tag walk. Green initiative. Yeah, it's fine out there. Right?
like I said, that's one of those positions when you're down by one.
Separation and lots of control, so they can still do that. Red's still being in control, and I'm still saying right there out. Right there out. After further review, calling the match.
Stands.
After further review, the call of the match stands. No change. It's upheld. Down.
No change at all. No escape. Certainly no reversal. 16 seconds now to work with for Novak. Great to hear Briscoe and Mirasolo talk through the thinking and what they were seeing there on that review. A caution called against Elam on the restart.
1 second.
They're going to put a second back on, put it back to 16 seconds. Again, riding time not a factor here, so Novak just needs an escape, and he will pull even. If Elam can ride out, he's the champ at 197 pounds.
Like I said, that's one of those situations where you just made a look to get your 1 point. And now he's just going to
10
hold him. There's no
seconds to
stall
go. The mat
calls.
return. Novak trying to get loose. A peek of the clock. 5 seconds. Elam hanging on and will For the third time in his career, a conference champion. Two Big 12 titles, a MAC championship for Rocky Elam. And he takes it at 197 pounds, a good scrap in a 5-4 final. And Rocky Elam is back atop the podium here in Tulsa.
We got to figure out what is
It's controversial.
Yes.
And there will definitely be some members of the Wyoming community that will disagree with that call. We advance to the heavyweight classification. And the #1 heavyweight wrestler in America, Iowa State's Younger Bastida, 24-0 on the year, favored this weekend to win a Big 12 title, the favorite to win a national championship in Cleveland in 2 weeks. And he will face Oklahoma State's Connor Doucette, who ranks #6 in the country. But Younger Bastida, the story in the heavyweight class in 2026.
He is, man. He's had a phenomenal season. All-American a couple years ago. That was at 197 pounds. He's done put on some weight. He's done put on some muscle. He still can move like a cat at 285 and the #1 ranked guy in the nation.
Younger Bastida appreciating the moment. Taking hold of those red ankle bracelets. An opportunity for this young man to win a Big 12 championship once again. Won it in the heavyweight classification in 2024. Connor Doucette, the redshirt senior, filling the massive shoes of Wyatt Hendrickson, who won the national title at 285 a year ago in a colossal upset of Gable Steveson. Now it is Doucette's job again at heavyweight for the Pokes. An upset today wouldn't be quite as big as that one that Hendrickson had a year ago, but it would be big.
It would be huge, right? Doucette has had a heck of a year himself. Bastida leads this series 2-0. Just with his last win in the Iowa State Stillwater duel. Let's see what happens here in the Big 12 at heavyweight.
Bastida, the premier heavyweight in America in 2026, a superstar. At one time was a 197-pound wrestler, moved to heavyweight years ago before the 2023-2024 season, and has been sensational in this weight class ever since. Missed a year ago, though, due to a medical red shirt and a lingering knee injury. Back healthy now.
Yes, nice snap there by Bastida. Just moves like a cat. Look at that. Good lateral movement, good feints.
He still moves like he's 197
Still moves
pounds.
like he's 197, right?
Moves like he's 157. It's crazy.
This is where he's good. Hit you with a duck, throw by, high crotch. Once again, another one with an arsenal of attacks. Look at that.
Lifting Doucette. They'll come back center. David Taylor said he felt like Doucette has really taken a big jump over the course of the last month. For a while this season was maybe wrestling down to guys. Here Bastida with a shot in on that right leg. Good defense from Doucette. The sprawl and some heavy hips from the redshirt senior, and able to fend it off.
That was a good job by Doucette. Usually Bastida will finish that. He's going to probably get right back to it, so that won't be the last time we see that shot.
Taylor said he felt like for a little while this season Doucette was wrestling down to his competition, but he said he feels like really in the last month he has elevated his performance.
Yeah, and I think he mentioned it was the weekend of the UNI and Iowa State duel, if I'm not mistaken, during the interview. After that, start jumping levels.
Scoreless through 100 seconds, and that by itself is an accomplishment for Doucette, the way that Bastida has been dominating everybody this weekend here in Tulsa.
Yeah, Doucette's doing a good job also even holding center. Right, they were close to going out of bounds here, did a good job of changing positions with him, did a good job of fending that shot off there. But now he's got to also start looking for his attacks and maybe trying to get Bastida under him if possible.
Bastida with a couple of tech falls in his first 2 matches, then a fall against David Zuba, just a minute 57 in to his semifinal at heavyweight.
1:35 left here.
Doucette and Christian Carroll were the two coming into the weekend that I think everybody felt like, all right, if it's one of the two of them opposite Bastida, they'll have a chance. And Connor Doucette availing himself well here in this first period. 15 seconds to go in the frame. Little high five from the two of them as Doucette had gotten tangled up for a second in Bastida's headgear.
Yeah.
And they will wrestle a scoreless first period.
Yeah, here's that defense right here. Nice high crotch by Bastida. Look at that. Bumps the head in the middle. Sprawl, baseline defense, man. Just get back. Don't have to do anything crazy there. That's what we always tell our guys.
Because of Bastida's performance in the NCAA championships a couple of years ago, there have been question marks, Hardell, over the course of this season about Bastida's ability to get the job done in the postseason. Now we're talking about a kid who was an All-American at 197 pounds. He has done it in the postseason, but there are still these conversations. Kevin Dresser said, I don't think you can not hear it, but it is part of the deal. You have to have thick skin and brush that kind of stuff off, and he feels like Bastida has matured over the course of the last couple of years since that experience at NCAAs.
Yep, and that's a good learning experience for Bastida as well, right? Won Big 12s that year in 2024, was on a roll, got beat, then lost the next round right after. And you see Bastida starting to pick up his pace here with his fakes and his hooks. See? Keeping Doucette guessing.
Getting good.
Yep. Now he's going to start looking for a stall call in this position right here.
The officials talking through whether or not there needed to be a stall call. Eric McGill saying close when asked whether he thought that it was or not. A minute gone by here in the second period. A 1-0 lead for Doucette. A double fended off again by Doucette.
Improve.
I think one's going to be coming Doucette's way here in just a little bit. If Bastida continues that pressure, right? Yep. You even kind of hear the official. They're talking back and forth through the microphone there. So we'll see here.
There has not yet been a stall call. The first would be a warning.
Yep.
But there it's certainly been, and there it is, the warning. As Bastida took another shot. Now he's in with the ankle.
Now
through the crotch comes Doucette to defend.
Doucette needs to try to get him in a scramble, right? Bastida's really solid in this position, though.
Bastida working through the crotch, trying to get behind, trying to get his ankle free.
Big sequence with short time here in this second period here too, Mike.
12 seconds in the period. Nothing yet for Bastida.
No control.
Not yet. Still a hold of that foot.
I lost it. Yep.
There it is. Yes, indeed, the takedown for Bastida with just 3 seconds left in the period, and he'll have the lead as we head to the third.
Persistence. Persistence is what you call that.
Get set. Green. Green, you've been warned for stalling.
He started picking his pace up in that second period.
Stalling, Green. Red, get set.
Very persistent there.
For Doucette, you wonder what the strategy is here. Does he cut Bastida loose quickly?
He's pretty good. He's really good on top. Obviously, Bastida's gotten a lot better in his time in folk style wrestling. He's so used to freestyle wrestling, but he's gotten a lot better in this bottom position. And obviously, he's so daggone strong, he's just going to tripod up as well. So I know Doucette's going to be committed to this ride, but it's a matter of can he ride him?
A 3-1 lead for the #1 heavyweight in the country.
His goal. Doucette's probably thinking, man, I need to get a wrist. I got to get a wrist. You know, and he can't, if he gets up there, he's only got 5 seconds. He's got to attempt to return Bastida back to the mat. If he doesn't, he's going to get hit with another stall call. So it's kind of in that motion, and am I going to try to ride, get a wrist, or do I need to try to cut him and go get a takedown?
It was a 3-2 match starting the third period when they met in the duel. And Doucette was just not able to get a good shot off in that final period. Bastida able to break loose, and it's a 4-1 lead. Again, the quickness of Bastida on display.
Like a cat, man. Now this is where Doucette has to start picking up his pace and his fakes to try to get Bastida to react and or trying to get a go behind or get to a shot.
A minute to work with for Doucette. Can he get to the leg of Bastida?
And I know Bastida has not given up many takedowns this season. And he's just going to hold center. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to get out of here with a dub.
40 seconds remaining. Doucette looking for an opening.
Yeah, he's got to pull that. He's got to pull the trigger. He's got to do more. That's what David's telling him. You got to do more of that.
.20 seconds. Bastida with a shot. Now a re-attack. Doucette as they spill outside the cylinder and off of the mat. 15, 16 seconds remaining. Riding time not a factor, so if Doucette could get a takedown and a ride out, but that is a difficult ask in 16 seconds against younger Bastida.
It sure is.
10 seconds. The defense from Bastida. The shot to finish it off. Kevin Dresser talked about how dialed in younger Bastida is. The next step in the journey for the senior Iowa State Cyclone is a Big 12 championship yet again for younger Bastida.
Good job, good sportsmanship. I really, really love this stuff right here, man. You compete against each other hard for 7 minutes, but a lot of good stuff, good dap. They've had many battles together.
Younger Bastida is a Big 12 champion again. When we return, we circle back to the top. 125 pounds, Spratley and Poulin coming your way. We came into the night with 6 number 1 versus number 2 matchups to look forward to. We will finish the night with 5 consecutive. We've seen 2 already at 197 and 285. We'll see 3 more here at 125, 133, and 141. And at 125, Troy Spratley and Steve Poulin. For Troy Spratley, this is the start of what he hopes is a redemption tour. An overtime loss last year in the Big 12 final against Jet Strickenberger. Then he lost in the NCAA final in overtime as well against Vincent Robinson. Now he's back in the Big 12 final for a 3rd straight year to face a former Big 12 champ at 125. That young man right there, Steve Poulin. Poulin won his title while at Northern Colorado in 2023. Now he's back in the final wearing an Iowa State singlet.
Exactly right. Spratley's goal is to try to turn that runner-up into champion. Poulin's goal is to try to keep it as a champion. Spratley he leads this series 2-0. These guys know each other very, very well because they actually grew up together, wrestling one another back when they both lived in New York.
Poulin from upstate New York, Ballston Lake, New York, went to Shenandoah High School. Spratley lists his hometown as Eufaula, Oklahoma. Also went to high school in North Texas at Plano West. Now in his redshirt junior year at Oklahoma State. Hardell, emotion matters in wrestling. Troy Spratley is wrestling with as much or more than anybody because of the disappointments a year ago, both here and at NCAA's. How can that fuel a wrestler?
Well, I think, they call him Spark Plug for a reason, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of 125-pounders in the nation got a nickname for themselves because that's how you start that duel, and he's going to try to build off of that today.
3 to go here at BOK Center. 125 underway, and a quick shot from Spratley in on Poulin. Poulin wrapped around the chest defending. Spratley trying to put him into neutral danger already. Poulin back to his feet. Looking for that far ankle. Nothing yet.
He's going back to that chest wrap. Look at that.
Poulin able to square his hips up. Good defense here from the Cyclone. Our second consecutive matchup of an Iowa State Cyclone and an Oklahoma State Cowboy. There was a time yesterday, Hardell, during the semifinals where it looked like we were going to have practically a dual meet here in the finals between these two teams. Didn't work out quite that way.
Man, good little sequence. Good look. Good little push. These dudes are actually friends, right? They're good boys off the mat, but right now, no.
You can be friends
later
in 6 minutes and 7 seconds.
Good attack.
Right now, there's business to handle.
Yeah, good attack by Spratley. Really good defense there by Poulin with that chest wrap, kind of getting in that situation.
For Spratley, all 3 of his losses this year came by just a single point. 3-2 against Vincent Robinson, 5-4 against Dean Peterson of Iowa, and a sudden victory 2 loss to Eddie Ventresca of Virginia Tech, 2-1. David Taylor feels like he has wrestled really well all through this season, even in those losses.
Yes.
A very, very strong season for Troy Spratley.
And I think one thing David would probably still wants him to do is more shots on target, and that kind of shows that example of, you know, right off the whistle within that first 10 seconds, there was a lot of action.
Spratley trying to drag that arm. Poulin able to fend it off. Poulin has been here before, knows what it takes to win on this stage. 2023, while he was with Northern Colorado, defeated Noah Certain in an 11-4 decision. Finished 8th last year as an All-American in NCAAs and back for one more go-round here in his senior season.
Hey, guys, stay out of the face.
It's been that one big sequence.
All right.
25 left here. Like I said, Spratley's been the one with the one shot.
Right.
Like I said, these guys know one another very, very well.
10 seconds in the period. Good action
here.
A couple of swipes from both wrestlers.
Yeah.
Hey, look, both guys, keep it clean, all right? You got it? Here we go, set.
John Sutton tamping things down just a bit as they got feisty there at the tail end of this first period.
Yes, they did.
When they wrestled in the duel February 1st, a 3-1 win for Troy Spratley. You were there to see that match. What did Spratley do well in that match to be able to get the victory?
That was a wild match, right? There was a couple of stall calls and escape by Spratley. There really wasn't. There was no offense there in that match, so that was a kind of hard one to watch and really judge. But it's still the same feistiness. Spratley's going to be contented to this ride, looking for swipes there.
Looking for them, not getting any yet. Poulin able to work his way back to his feet. John Sutton was keeping a close eye on that. The escape for Poulin and a 1-0 advantage for the Cyclone. A 17-second ride from Spratley. Got close there, Hardell, to scoring.
Got really, really close. That's Spratley's position right there. Squeezes in real tight. Oh, nice pick.
Nearly an ankle pick for Poulin.
It's going to be with these guys because they know each other so well. Who can get to that leg and finish? Who can do that? Like I said, no stall calls here. Riding time's obviously not an issue. We're still early in the second period.
Keep your hands clean.
When they met in the duel, the only point that Poulin scored was the riding time point. Spratley, stingy, effective defense all through that match to get the 2-1 win. Beg your pardon, the 3-1 win. Past the midway point of this second period.
Here we go, set. We're neutral. We're wrestle through those guys. Set.
The shot, the double leg from Spratley. A sprawl from Poulin. Spratley lifting. No control yet.
No control.
What Spratley has to do right now, he's got to elevate. That's exactly, get it shelved out.
Elevating the knee. David Taylor looking for neutral danger. Nothing yet. Poulin into the
Good
split
job.
to defend. 16 seconds in the period. Lifting that leg is Spratley. Poulin trying to keep the far leg away. 7 seconds to work with. Poulin with a peek at the clock. Knows he's just got to hold on for a couple more seconds, and he will.
Poulin has dodged those twice, right? He's dodged those positions twice. That was very, very close right there. Spratley was doing the right technique there, getting that foot shelved to the outside leg, but Poulin was able to get back countered up and hit those splits.
No warnings, no cautions, okay? Same thing. Be patient on the start. Here we go. Red cover.
Looked like Spratley may have lost his contact there for a moment, able to get his eyes squared away. The roll through. Good job by Poulin to stick with him.
Nope, he's a little too high here. Spratley shaking him off. Yep.
Trying to wiggle his way loose and come out the back door. Spratley nearly there. Poulin a hold of the leg. Now here it comes. There's the reversal. Spratley with the lead.
Poulin threw that leg in, got a little bit high, and you saw Spratley just get in that tripod position and just start shaking him off.
Easy. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Here we go. Be patient here, guys. Same thing.
So now Poulin needs to work an escape here to pull level. 2-1 the lead for Spratley. Poulin trying to sit out of it. Spratley.
Look at these positions, man.
Good mat return from Spratley. Poulin on the edge of the mat.
36 seconds of riding time here for Spratley. 56 seconds remaining in the period. This is a crucial 20-plus some odd seconds right here.
If Spratley can get 24 more seconds of riding time, he'd put himself in a position to tack another point on his score. Poulin has got to get loose. Tilting him, nearly. 45 seconds of riding time. 45 seconds now in the third period. And they'll come back center once again. A strong ride here from Troy Spratley.
Good wrestling, golly. Golly. Just solid wrestling, man. Just
wait, 3, set.
David Taylor looking to see a second Cowboy get the win. Caution green. Spratley a little too quick on the restart.
Once again, be patient.
I think that's the first caution.
First caution, yes. No point awarded. Stays 2-1. 49, 50, 51 seconds of riding time for Spratley. Now he's got the
Now he's got two swipes there.
There's two near fall.
Wow.
Spratley patting the lead. 30 seconds to go. A 4-1 advantage. Poulin finally able to get loose. Really a 5-1 lead with 1:07 of riding time.
Woo. 5-2 is your score. To Mike's point, there's 1:07 riding time. No stall calls.
But it's close. If Poulin can get an immediate takedown on a ride out, but he's running out of time to consider that. A takedown now for Poulin would do it, but with 8 seconds left, they'll come back center.
Man, I love college wrestling, boys and girls. Let me tell you what.
And Troy Spratley, finally, a champion.
This is a good match. Good match by these guys. Battle back and forth. Spratley found a way to do it, and it was from the top position.
Another low-scoring defensive match won by Troy Spratley. And the second Cowboy of the evening has a Big 12 championship. It's Spratley at 125. Next up, the man you've all been waiting for. In Cleveland, March 19th through the 21st. The action begins noon Eastern on the 19th, ends with the championship finals, 6:30 Eastern time on March 21st. You can catch every moment, every match, all of it on the ESPN app. to 133 we go. And a pair of truly elite freshmen. Jax Forrest and Kyler Larkin in a battle of the top 2 seeds at this tournament at 133 pounds. And Jax Forrest is one of the most intriguing storylines this sport has seen in some time. He should still be wrestling alongside Bo Bassett and Sam Herring and his teammates at Bishop McCord High School. Instead, he is here on Saturday night at the Big 12 Championships to face another sensational freshman in Kyler Larkin, who has not been beaten on the mat this year.
And once again, you watch how Larkin walks out. This is what we've been talking about the whole weekend and getting the insight from Coach Jones and then obviously their dad, Eric Larkin. Calm, cool, collective, but man, there is a fire, intensity inside both of these young men on how they wrestle. And I talked about those pretty shoes earlier. Take a look at them now.
Lime green shoes for Kyler Larkin. We've already seen one Larkin tonight. His older brother Caleb already wrestled at 157 pounds and won a Big 12 championship. An opportunity for a Larkin sweep tonight. Jax Forrest joined the team in time for the Bedlam duel against Oklahoma State and promptly got the fall in 47 seconds against Carter Schmidt to make it clear from the word go, Ardell, that he was ready for this moment.
He was ready to scrap there in front of 12,000 fans. Him and Mr. Larkin are ready to scrap here tonight in the BOK Center for the Big 12 Championship title at 133 pounds. This was another highlight match that I had marked down, and probably everybody else in this arena.
Eric Boucher, Josh Briscoe, our officials here at 133, and we are underway. Jax Forrest, Tech falls all the way through the bracket. Defeated Garrett Grice 15-0 in the opening round. A 19-4 Tech fall of Cale Seaton. A 21-6 Tech fall of Julian Farber in the semifinal to get here tonight. It was the 19-3 Tech fall of Drake Ayala Hardell that drew the country's attention, but it was actually the 10-9 win for Forrest over Virginia Tech's Aaron Seidel that was the one that gave David Taylor and Forrest himself the confidence to decide to take the red shirt off and press forward into the postseason. Taylor said it was because they both realized, hey, he can wrestle not his best and still get a victory.
Exactly. Nice shot by Larkin here, but this is where Forrest is dangerous. Both of these guys are just wild in these positions.
Look at the scramble from Forrest. Nothing yet. The leg up through his crotch, held on to. There's the takedown. And Jax Forrest, the first on the board.
And that was good. One foot was underneath.
Look at this. Just watch. Just watch it. Look at this. Just watch it.
Nearly had the turn. Larkin. Lifting through the crotch now here.
Green 1, green 2, green control.
Man, that was an old school John Smith finish. Come up at the back and take that arm around that way. That was old school right there, what Forrest just did.
Looking for a stall call in that red corner.
Well, he's in a tripod position. Now, if he was up on his feet, a little bit different. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Larkin gets loose. 3-1, under a minute to go in this first period. A minute plus of riding time. Nearly a throw by there from Forrest. They both spill outside of the cylinder. These two have met before, but not in college, Hardell.
Right.
Back in high school almost 2 years ago, March of 2024, a 10-6 win for Jax Forrest.
Long time ago, right? Forrest looked at that little slide by right there on the edge. And man, once one of these young men grab a leg, it's go time. You see what Larkin's doing with his left hand. Why is he trying to keep that? There's that pass by again.
There it is, the takedown for Forrest.
Well, what I was saying right before that move there, Larkin's keeping that left arm back because that's where Forrest goes to go hit that pull swing single or his dump. So he's kind of chicken winging that left arm so Forrest can't get a good grip on it.
10 seconds in the period. Larkin would love to score and escape here late in the period. Forrest trying to ride him out, and he'll be able to do it. A $1:30 of riding time and a pair of takedowns for Jax Forrest in the first period.
So here's that, I think it's the second takedown. Well, yeah, watch this slide by, bam, right off the elbow. Once those hands hit the mat, 3 points secured. Forrest was able to get his hips back on top.
Very similar to how it was when they met in high school.
Be patient. Wait side back up. Step bottom.
At the border brawl.
Now, top cover legal.
Forrest had 2 takedowns in the first period to lead 6-1 after 1 period. Same exact story here in the first period of the Big 12 final. Oh, vicious mat return from Forrest. Locking up through the crotch. Twisting backward. Larkin tilting. Nothing yet.
I tell you what, that's a heck of a job from Larkin to not give that up there. Forrest is trying to probably get that right elbow. He really wants it in his back, but he still feels he has it enough to get a count. There it is.
There's 3, 4, near fall coming for Jax Forrest.
Now he's going to transition right off to a wing.
A 10-1 advantage for the Cowboy.
And did you remember what the official said right before they started? Look to score points. That's not going to be a problem in this match with either one of these guys.
Neither one of these guys need that guidance in any way, shape, or form. 1 minute in the second period.
He's going to go right back to it. He's using
Looking again for near fall.
Yep, he's
Larkin
using that,
able to defend.
That left foot kind of as a kickstand to kind of elevate Larkin up a little bit more so he could get in those positions.
Over the top he goes again, looking for near fall. 2 more for Jax Forrest, padding that lead. 3 minutes of riding time for the Cowboy.
Green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break.
You know, there's some positions here that you'll take a stall call, and that's one of those positions, right?
Yeah.
You got a 12-1 lead, and it's just mat savvy. Know when I need to take one and know when I don't. It's not.
Bottom, don't move. Wait for me, Green. Wait. Now, top cover legal.
Final 10 seconds of the second period in what has been a dominant start to this match at 133 pounds for Jax Forrest. He will take a 12-1 advantage into the final frame.
Forrest is going to the bottom position.
Set bottom, wait for me, Red. Patience. Now, top cover. Cover.
What does Kyler Larkin have to try and do here in this third period to
Red 1.
He's got to
pull
look
off a
for
miracle, frankly?
Well, you just
Look at the reversal from Forrest.
Man, he was going to have to try to look for something big. Obviously, right now, Forrest right back on top, 14-1. He needs a takedown for a tech fall. The riding time does not count in that tech fall situation, so he still has to go score.
Gotcha, thank you.
Forrest circling behind, looking for one final takedown. He's had a tech fall in every match so far in this Big 12 championship. Defense from Larkin so far. No points yet. He's scooping up that far leg. Still nothing. 1:15 here in this third period. The BOK Center filled with orange t-shirts ready to explode for Jax Forrest.
These fellas are scrapping, man.
I don't like that so lot.
Potentially dangerous, the call from Eric Boucher, and they will come back center. A minute to work with. A takedown from Forrest would put it on ice. A shot here from Larkin, in on that ankle of Forrest.
safe for me.
39 seconds in the period. Larkin wrenching that foot over his shoulder. The scramble here from Forrest, trying to get his foot loose. A peek at the clock, 26 seconds left. Jax Forrest grabbing at that knee.
Can we get up? All right, you good? We're gonna restart, right?
Forrest says he's okay, but got a little awkwardly wrenched there and needed a moment. Final 15 seconds here.
Man, action from the word go.
The arrival of a superstar, Jax Forrest, a 14-2 and 15-2 with the winning time point. Major decision victory at 133 pounds. And he's a Big 12 champion when he should still be in high school.
Man.
Jax Forrest, as advertised, and who's going to beat that young man in Cleveland? The final match of the night, Sergio Vega and Anthony Echemendia, when we return. Oklahoma State fans fired up here inside the BOK Center. Back-to-back Cowboys seeing their hand raised in the air. Spratley and Forrest, and Sergio Vega will look to finish the night, making it 3 in a row. 141, the final match of the night. A matchup of two guys that went to the same high school in Arizona, Sunnyside High in Tucson. Home to Oklahoma State freshman Sergio Vega and Iowa State junior Anthony Echemendia. A rematch from the duel a month ago when Vega's late takedown gave him a 4-2 win. Anthony Echemendia, Hardell, looking for a little revenge tonight.
Exactly. Echemendia is just one heck of an athlete, one heck of a wrestler down here at 141 pounds. So he is definitely big and strong tonight. Great match back and forth for those guys. Like you said, 4-1 for Vega in that victory. Echemendia is looking to reverse that tonight.
Ton of respect between these two young men. They finished that 4-2 win for Vega with a hug from Echemendia. These two know each other very well. Vega was the number 6 wrestler in his recruiting class, and as a true freshman has proven to be every bit the star he was expected to be. Comes into tonight 18-0. Echemendia, the number 3 wrestler in the country in the coaches' rankings at 141 pounds. We see another hug between these two as they get ready to get underway. Echemendia's only 2 losses to number 1 Jesse Mendez of Ohio State and number 2 Sergio Vega, who he scraps with again here in the final match of the night at the Big 12 Championships.
And in that dual match against Iowa State and Oklahoma State where Vega came out with the victory, Echemendia was the aggressor. He got in a few times on Vega, but was never able to finish his shot. Normally when he gets in, he's able to lift and get him up. He wasn't able to do that on Vega. Let's see what adjustments he makes tonight.
These are two very different wrestlers from a style perspective, Hardell. Sure. Echemendia is strong, powerful, explosive. Vega's constantly wrestling through every single situation, and that worked to his benefit in the dual meet.
To your point, Mike, that's where Vega needs to get Echemendia at, is in those wrestling positions, a.k.a. scrambles, whatever you want to look for, to kind of make him feel uncomfortable. And I'm pretty sure Echemendia is still going to look for that shot, that little outside step. I think it's with his left leg to Vega's right leg. So we'll take a look at this.
Guys, get out of it.
You hear the voice of Titus Godbolt, our lead referee for the final match of the night. John Sutton out there with him as well. Echemendia missed a lot of last year and had to watch. Kevin Dresser said that drove him crazy. But it gave him a new perspective, a new appreciation of all of it, and he has wrestled with that perspective this year.
Exactly.
Let's go, guys. I need action.
You know, and also to that point in that duel, Echemendia did not go down. He stayed on his feet. So the point that he got was a stall call.
Clean, both of you.
You talked with David Taylor when we spoke with him earlier this week about how difficult Vega is to score against. What is it about his style that makes him so hard to finish?
And one thing he mentioned, wow, just him being stingy. He's such a competitor, and we saw that last night against Julian Tag. A lot of positions that he may be dead to rights, but somehow, some way, he finds his way out of them. And just being a straight competitor and not wanting to concede anything.
A 4-0 win over Julian Tag in the semifinal last night for Vega to get here tonight. But Echemendia, meanwhile, a 2-1 win over Tyler Wells of Oklahoma.
That duck under attempt that Vega hit there, he didn't get that close in the dual meet. So that should be a positive thing moving forward for him. And Echemendia has not got any attacks off just yet.
The shot from Echemendia.
Here we go.
Scramble here from Vega to get loose.
Save his life. So we got 30. All right. Work center.
$15 left here, Mike.
Ooh, shot from Echemendia, fended off once again.
3, 2, 1.
I want to get this out and let everybody know the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Executive Director Leroy Smith is retiring after more than 21 years of leadership, and the Hall of Fame is now conducting a nationwide search for Leroy's successor. If you're interested in learning more about the position, you can find more information at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame website, or you can contact the Hall of Fame team directly by emailing info@nwof.org or calling 405-377-5243.
Green in control.
Start of the second period and a quick escape here for Echemendia.
Okay, so that's something that was different from the duel. Echemendia did not go down at the duel. He decided to take that and go down this time, and did a great job because Vega is extremely tough on top.
A different strategy this time around.
Yep.
Scoring the escape and taking a 1-0 advantage.
And another thing I noticed in that first period, Mike, was Vega was the aggressor in the first period, whereas that last duel, consistently throughout the match, it was more Echemendia who was the aggressor.
Keep it clean.
Echemendia from Cuba talked recently about what it means to him to be in Ames, Iowa, and have all the resources that come with being a wrestler for Iowa State, especially as it compares to that upbringing in Cuba. Even just having meals, having Gatorade at the facility. He said sometimes he reminds himself of just how grateful he is to be where he is right now.
Yeah, that's what Coach Dresser was telling us about that.
Dresser said he and Bastida, who's also from Cuba, went back to the island in 2024. He said Anthony was handing out $10 bills to people on the corner. Little window into who the human is.
Yes.
Anthony Echemendia caring about more than just what he does out here on the mat.
Yep. All right, now here comes those hooks with Echemendia.
Work center, guys.
A 1-0 lead for the Cyclone. Able to escape in just 3 seconds at the start of this period. 13 seconds now here in the second.
This is anybody's ball game right here. We're going to go into that third period 1-0. No, Vega's going to go in the bottom position. Echemendia is not known for his top game.
Easy, guys. All right. Cover legal.
It was tied 1-1 late in the third period when they met in the duel. Vega will try and score an escape here and set up a very similar situation. Working the hands of Echemendia.
2.
And he's able to get loose.
We're neutral.
Even 1-1.
Even 1-1, no stall calls. Both guys have, Echemendia's grabbed a foot. I think it was off Vega's high crotch attempt, so.
A shot there from Vega, fended off by Echemendia. Echemendia got to Vega's right leg in the duel, but Vega was able to pick the heel of Echemendia and turn it into a takedown with under 10 seconds left in that one. What will happen here in the final minute 15?
He's trying to get him to the edge. He's trying to force a stall call. Vega's doing a good job of changing positions with him and circling his butt back to the center.
Echemendia aggressive, physical, tried to set the tone for much of that first meeting. And trying to do so here in the third period.
Yep. Vega's doing a better job in the hand fight this match so far. And like I said, he seems to be a little bit more the aggressor here.
You can hear the officials talking back and forth, and you heard him say one more. I think one more attack from Echemendia may lead to a stall call on Vega.
Let's go, guys. I need action. Easy.
40 seconds here.
Riding time not a factor. This is a fully square 1-1 match. 30 seconds remaining. There were fireworks late in the third period in the dual meet.
I'm staying.
Changing levels.
Take one more go.
20 seconds.
They're so evenly matched, man.
Now he saved himself.
They are so evenly matched.
Who's bleeding?
Got a little blood time here from Vega. I think it's Echemendia's bleeding.
Get it.
Got a little blood time, little reset, little coaching in the corner. What adjustments need to be made? There's only 13 seconds left here in this third period. 1-1, but just very, very strategic, man. Like it's both of these guys right now are having trouble getting to one another. Right? Like I said, I know Echemendia doesn't want to get in any of those wrestling wild positions that Vega loves so much. And obviously Vega is trying to counteract Echemendia's power and explosiveness. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always try to say sometimes it's chess, not checkers.
There was a shot there a moment ago from Sergio Vega, and you heard again the conversation of Titus Godbolt and John Sutton. You heard Godbolt say he saved himself there from the stall call. At least in some form or fashion, resetting the clock a little bit in the heads of the officials relative to who is initiating the action here.
Look at them giving dap. Both of them gave dap to one another.
These two guys, they're scrapping right now. They want to win, but these are two guys that respect the heck out of each other.
It's good, healthy competition, man. It's awesome.
In on a leg is Vega. Hand fight from Echemendia to fend it off. 5 seconds in the period. And in the final match of the night here at the Big 12 Championships, we will have overtime.
Blood.
Got more blood. Good bloody nose from Echemendia over there. Once again, Vega hitting that little single there.
Dang. Hey, yo, big dog.
Two wrestlers that are a combined 37-2 on the year.
Tell him I need blood.
7 minutes, not enough. Even Titus Godbolt.
I think Titus got some blood on it.
Or maybe just some blood on him, yes, but everybody's scrapping out there.
Yeah, man.
Younger Bastida just off the mat, looking into that red corner, coaching up Anthony Echemendia here. The country mates, close friends.
Got teammates from both universities over here as well. Oklahoma State, Iowa State on the far end there. Watching these guys scrap.
Into the first sudden victory period we go. More blood.
I can't tell. Does the nose plug keep coming out, or is it on the
dripping all on the mat?
Yeah.
Somebody believe.
Titus is saying. Titus is saying he don't know where it's coming from, but somebody is bleeding, and we need to get it cleaned up. Our producer said I think it's maybe coming from his mouth, maybe bit lip. You know, those are the ones that's kind of a little bit tougher, obviously, than just a regular old nose plug.
He's not doing it on purpose. We're not worried. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's that bottom lip. It's got a good little cut on that lip, man.
Yeah, it's probably going to keep going.
It's going to keep, yeah. Titus is right on point on that. Here we go.
Any score here in the sudden victory period would end it. Ooh. Vega changing levels.
Yeah. Work center.
There's that hook Echemendia
Trying
likes
to get
so
inside
much.
control.
Work center, guys.
Ear to ear as Echemendia comes over the top. To the back hip goes Vega. And a stalemate call. They'll come back center.
See here. Come on. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Easy.
Need to clean up one more time.
And this is a tough thing, right? Obviously,
We got to get it.
you got to
He got it, he got it, he got it.
control the uncontrollables. This is out of their control. You see Vega like, man, let me clean it up a little
He's
bit,
trying
right?
to help the
He's trying to help
crew.
it out a little bit.
The hand fight between the two Sunnyside High School products. Changing levels again. Echemendia to
There,
a
here
leg.
we go.
Anthony Echemendia trying to get in deep. The ankle pick. Lifting. Vega dangerous in the scramble. 55 seconds in the sudden victory period. Trying to vacuum him in.
Easy. Keep that leg legal. Keep it legal.
Vega reached for the wrist of Echemendia, couldn't get a hold of it. Deep whizzer in from Vega to defend.
Wow.
Potentially dangerous to call. And they'll come back neutral. 38 seconds in the sudden victory period.
25.
Wrist control from Echemendia. Vega fends off the shot. 22 seconds. More defense there from Vega.
Staying the hell out this shit.
Titus Godbolt basically saying, I'm not calling a stall call here. Another shot from Echemendia.
Man.
4 seconds in the period. Not enough
Look
time.
at this.
And we'll head to the tiebreaker.
Great. Great.
Ah.
I need a choice.
Let's go,
Green
man.
going
This
down.
is awesome.
Easy.
This is awesome.
Okay.
How much do you have in the gas tank right now?
Now, Vega kind of took his time in that second period or third period. I don't think he's going to do much of that right now. Because now the ride time becomes a factor.
If one wrestler has a longer ride than the other, that would decide it. They will wrestle through both 30-second tiebreaker periods regardless. Oh, coming over the top. An opportunity here for Vega. The escape for Vega in 18 seconds. Now working to the hips. Looking for the takedown. Has the mat return. 4 seconds. Still nothing. No takedown. No takedown. And quite a brick out from the Oklahoma State corner.
You good with no takedown? All right. Let me get that break. Okay.
David Taylor will challenge that there was a takedown. Titus Godbolt checking with John Sutton. They both agreed when they first conferred that there was not a takedown.
Look at this right here. Let's see. He's got his one, jumps behind, flies corner, gets here, locks around Echemendia's waist, lifts.
Screen one, but go back.
Did the roll from Echemendia save it there as time was winding down on that tiebreaker 30-second
Let's see if they got it, if he was even there before that. Not right there, obviously,
Before
but
he
maybe
stood up.
right
Okay, take it
there.
back again.
That's the sequence.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about when he was on his hands and crawling because his hands was on the mat. So let's see what Titus and them are saying.
And they are telling the replay folks to come back further. I think you're exactly right. Let's listen to the conversation of Titus Godbolt and John Sutton.
All right, right there. Let it go.
I'm good.
No, I'm good with no takedown.
Okay. No takedown.
Another look at it. Both Godbolt and Sutton agree.
Upon video review, the call on the mat is confirmed. No takedown. Confirmed. No takedown.
Telling the scorer's table, and now he will communicate
Upon
it to the
video
crowd.
review, the call on the mat is confirmed. No takedown. One move.
It will stay 2-1 in favor of Sergio Vega. He was able to get out in 18 seconds.
But now
so that still does matter.
Yep.
Oh, don't get on.
And remember,
Can Echemendia get out
he got out
faster?
quick last time. And he didn't choose down in the duel. So let's see what adjustments Vega makes.
Rolling through with him is Vega.
One.
Riding time down to 12 seconds. Boots in, Echemendia still not loose. Vega
3, 4.
down to 4.
Out of bounds.
They'll spill out. 4 seconds
4
on
seconds.
the riding time left to eliminate.
Wow, dude, this is something. Now remember, Echemendia escaped with like 2 seconds in that last situation, right?
Everyone on their feet at BOK Center. 4 more seconds of riding time. 5 more really would give the advantage to Vega. He's now got a riding time advantage. 8 seconds in the period. Echemendia would have to escape and score. And he won't get loose at all. Sergio Vega, for the second time in 35 days, beats Anthony Echemendia. And this time it's to win a championship in the tiebreaker.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Wow.
True freshman magic for Oklahoma State.
Look at my glass.
Holy moly.
And the Pokes finish the night with 3 consecutive championships. Spratley, Forrest, and Vega. 4 individual champions in total. Oklahoma State, your team champion as they've been now for most of the night. And fireworks, Hardell Moore, in that final match of the evening.
Remember what we said? There's going to be juice in this arena. There was a whole lot of juice in this arena tonight. And I mean excitement from 149 all the way through to 141 pounds. They couldn't have pictured any better than that. But man, those were some exciting, gritty, tough matches by all the champions and all the competitors tonight here at the Big 12 and the BOK.
Sergio Vega in the tiebreaker, and David Taylor's team has got 4 individual champions here in 2026. The trophy presentations when we return here to Tulsa. An absolutely sensational night of wrestling here at the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Cowboys fans going home happy with 4 of their wrestlers finishing the night off as champions, and a team championship as well. And Hardell Moore, from the word go, tonight was electrifying. It started at 149 with Casey Swiderski and continued all the way through in the final match of the night. Sergio Vega and Anthony Echemendia. Fireworks.
Fireworks. You know, and I know there wasn't a lot of points put on the board between these 2 warriors tonight, but the action, the drama, the energy in the building, and just how it all finished. And I love the officiating. Just they let them wrestle. These guys went out and scrapped, and I tell you what, man, it couldn't have ended in a better way than what it did at 141 tonight at the Big 12.
There you see Sergio Vega, the winner at 141, atop the podium alongside Anthony Echemendia.
And they're actually carrying a conversation on the podium. Man, mad respect to both those guys.
2 young men that very well may meet again in Cleveland.
You know, a lot of these matchups that we saw here on the finals, all of that's possible. Quarterfinal, semifinal, blood round, All-American round. You just don't know. These brackets will be released. They'll release all the wild cards coming up here in another few days, and then the brackets get released, and then everybody starts prepping for Cleveland.
It was a very chalky weekend, Hardell. 6 of the 10 were 1 versus 2. 3 of the other 4 were 1 versus 3. Only the 160 that we began the night with, Caleb Rachi breaking into that collection, other than wrestlers from the top 3 seeds. Sometimes folks will complain about, it's too much chalk. But when you get to this night, when that's the reality, it is nitroglycerin for wrestling fans, because it is just banger after banger after banger, and that was what we saw tonight. Every single one of these matches was theater.
You are correct, man. It was a performance. You and I talked about that. That's what tonight was. It was a performance. These young men came out here and performed for the BOK Center and everybody watching back at home on ESPN+. That's exactly what they did. It was a great show. It was a great performance by all.
couple of future Oklahoma State Cowboys in the crowd tonight. A lot of orange in the crowd as they see their team take the team title. 176 the final tally for the Pokes. A 32-point advantage over Iowa State. A very strong showing from Arizona State, as Caleb Larkin and Nico Ruiz won championships back-to-back. A finalist as well in Kyler Larkin against Jax Forrest, with a very good showing for Zeke Jones' team.
Yes.
Missouri and West Virginia rounding out the top 5.
Sounds like Jax Forrest was your outstanding wrestler for the Big 12 tournament as they play Funky Town over the speakers. And I think what Nick Williams has in his hand is what Jax is going to be getting, maybe? Yeah,
Jax Forrest making his way to the mat right now. This young man should still be at Bishop McCourt High School. Should be in the PIAA Wrestling State Championships right now. Right now. Instead, he's the outstanding wrestler at the Big 12 Championships. The truest of freshmen we've ever seen.
Man, this was something special tonight, Mike. These guys scrapping out here.
Who can beat him?
There's still some obviously bulls out there.
133 is incredibly deep. Well, but he just ran his way through a whole bunch of them this weekend.
It's not only deep, but it's young.
Yeah.
Right. And once again, we've been talking about the youth movement all year, this whole weekend, and we're going to see a lot of more young ones in Cleveland, Ohio, coming up in a couple of weeks. And I'm excited to make that
Blaze, the youth movement at 133.
The Vino, you name it.
Eric Seidel, Virginia Tech.
And then another beautiful thing that a lot of these coaches will tell these wrestlers is, hey, conference tournament's done, we going to NCAAs, it's still coaches speak, but you still got to say 0-0.
Forrest talked about what a thrill it was to come out the gates in his very first match as a Cowboy and get the pin in 47 seconds against Carter Schmidt. He said just seeing the confetti fall from the ceiling there at Gallagher Iba was a special moment for him. And he's draped in confetti now. The outstanding wrestler at the Big 12 Wrestling Championships. And here comes the rest of the Oklahoma State Cowboys as David Taylor's team has won the team title for a second consecutive season.
Yes, they put on a heck of a performance, put 8 in the finals, taking all 10 to the NCAA championships. Guys put on a great performance out here during these finals matches and just throughout the tournament. Laid it on the line, tried to put points on the board. And as a head coach in a university, that's what you want. So it was fun to watch these guys compete, as well as all the other Big 12 folks compete. You see all the media folks running to the other side to get the bid. Oh, my man bid it. Somebody failed. That's an expensive camera, would be my guess.
Oh, my. Oklahoma State with another Big 12 championship. Their first two, 1997, 1998. The gentleman to my left, Hardell Moore, was a part of those two Big 12 championships. They win it again tonight. The second straight, their 7th in the last 10 seasons. And the resurgence of the Cowboy program under David Taylor continues. For our entire ESPN crew, our producer Ryan Jordan back in house, Hardell Moore alongside, everybody doing a fantastic job all weekend long here in Tulsa. I'm Mike Leslie. Younger Bastida, a Big 12 champion. Jax Forrest, a Big 12 champion. So many terrific storylines all through the weekend, but it's Oklahoma State that hoists the team trophy as we head to Cleveland for the NCAAs in 2 weeks. So long, everybody.